My friends here gave me 5 minutes to introduce the context and to introduce Cefora to you. Cefora is a major player on the training business in Belgium. We are the training provider for, I'm sorry, it will be in French, Commission Paritaire 200. I'm not, I don't want to explain you what a Commission Paritaire is, maybe later. But maybe there are people here coming from Belgium and working for a company belonging to Commission Paritaire 200. 1, 2, thank you. Okay, Cefora has got 4 main activities. We provide companies and the people, the employees, their white collars with training courses. The second activity is the training and the coaching of job seekers to meet the company skills needs. We have a third activity. We manage and we pay training incentives for companies and for the people. And finally, we have an outplacement activity for people who lost their job. To sum up our strategy, which leads, of course, our digital transformation, I would like to show you our business model. We are a private company, but with a very specific business model. Our business model is to use 100% of our budget in the most efficient way to offer relevant quality services that have a sustainable impact to the largest possible number of companies and employees in the CP200. All the words are very important and lead our digital transformation. We have to manage and to follow our budget. We have to manage our activity and the training courses. We have to manage the relation with the customers. So everything is in this business model. Based on this strategy, we launched a digital transformation in 2019 following 5 main objectives. The first objective was directly linked to our training business through the implementation of digital learning. Organizing training courses requires a large number of administrative operation and processes. That's why the second objective concerns the automation of our activity and our processes. The third objective was linked to the improvement of our relation with the customer and of the interactivity with our customers. The fourth objective was related to the collaboration with our stakeholders, our people inside Cefora, our trainers, the training partners, the training providers, but also institutional bodies in Belgium. And finally, fifth objective, we wanted to make the best use of our data with a potential of 60,000 companies and 500,000 people. We have a lot of data and we want to make the best use of it. So we designed an architecture with several applications dedicated to the different objectives. The first one, no, it will be for later. The first one, so for digital learning, we needed an LMS, a learning management system, to manage and to share the training content with our participants. For the second objective, the automation, we needed an ERP, specially dedicated to training. We call that a training management system to manage all the operation. We have chosen Microsoft tools for the third objective, the cooperation with the stakeholders. We also needed, of course, a CRM to manage the relation with our customers. And finally, we wanted to build our architecture around a data hub to ensure communication between the different applications and to manage and enhance our data. So we started our digital transformation in 2019 by putting a team together. by defining a methodology for the implementation of this program, and by choosing suppliers for the different applications. We were in 2019 and things quickly got complicated. We encountered difficulties in integrating the application. In 2020, COVID did not help us, if you remember this period. And you may know the Murphy law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And Xavier, it went wrong. You also should know this, 80% of digital transformation failed. To be honest, we were in the 80 range. So we were in the beginning of the summer 2023. We were at a standstill, and for the first time we met people from Odoo. The following is for you. Just before that, we made an audit and we asked ourselves 3 questions. Have we made the right technological choices? Do we have the right methodology? And do we have the right people with the right skills? And to be honest, the answer to these 3 questions was no. So we met Odoo in July 23. They quickly demonstrated their ability to understand our challenges and our needs. And after a 1-month study in September 23, we were convinced that Odoo was able to provide us with a new solution to meet our challenges. And our program manager, Xavier, will explain you how we ensured the go live last June. So after only 8 months for this ambitious program, ambitious for the solution we wanted to implement, but also ambitious in its timing. Xavier, thank you.
So the first question was, why did we choose Odoo? Okay, as Olivier said, we didn't make the right technological choice in the past. So it was very important for us to be sure that going with Odoo was the right choice. So for that, we went back to the former architecture as planned in 2019. Let's be honest, this architecture is quite well thought. Nevertheless, it doesn't meet the needs and requirements that we got in Cefora. Olivier explained that we faced many challenges and that we wanted to meet some needs for that. And if we look at that IT architecture, we can notice different issues that we got. The first one is that this architecture was based on a solution program by program. And so each program was only answering one topic, one issue, okay? And it wasn't a holistic solution. The second stuff that we notice is that some of these programs are probably the best on the market, specialized in their own fields. Nevertheless, when you focus like that, you know that you will need resources that have the knowledge and the specificities of each program. And so you will need to make them work together, collaborate, to be able to maintain and to develop your architecture in the future. And that was an issue. Last but not least, we tried to make this architecture around the data hub. And the problem is that Cefora, even if data today is very important, the first objective of Cefora is to provide the customer the most relevant and interesting trainings and services, and not at all to make data management. And so from that, we say, okay, what do we need now? We need a centralized and easy solution. We need one person of contact and stop dealing with different people knowing different softwares. And last but not least, we need to be sure that we'll be cost effective in integration. This morning I just saw that in Odoo 18 we will be able to get rid of Data Hub. At this time it wasn't possible, and so integration was very important to think about. And so that's how we say, okay, Odoo is offering us the solution that we need, specialized and focused on the training management system.
Okay, so Olivier explains that the TMS was at the heart of the Odoo platform, but what is the TMS? TMS means Training Management System. Actually, it's a custom application initially developed by Odoo in Luxembourg, intended to be used by training companies, by schools, by universities. And so this custom application has been developed with a lot of different features. First feature is the management of the training catalog. In the training catalog, you can define your offers, the content of each offers, also your exams and certification. Once your offer is designed, you can plan the different sessions. One session is one offer at a certain date and a location. Then once your session is planned, you can start your registrations. And each registration generates a sale order and is plugged into the Odoo platform to generate the billing and all the accounting related to registrations. At the other hand, you have all what you need for to plan your sessions. For instance, your trainers, if you need to rent a rooms or to rent some materials like laptops or blackboard or whatever. So, and each of these items, when you plan the sessions, can generate a purchase order and it also generates some accounting. On top of that, you have also a complete web portal where the learners can register to different training sessions and can consult their history. But now, Xavier, let's talk about this project, because during this project we faced many challenges, but we make it a success at the end.
Yeah, definitely. And Ali, I think you will agree with me. The first issue, the first challenge that we faced is the methodology. As you can all expect, for an IT project like that, we decided to start with an agile methodology based on a 2 weeks analysis, 2 weeks of development, and 2 weeks of testing and validation. But for such a methodology to work, you really need to have a very good fluid communication with a lot of reactivity, understanding of each other. And one of the issues is that Odoo was based in Luxembourg for that project, and Cefora was based in Brussels. Therefore, because of that, we got a lot of misunderstanding, even by doing a lot of meetings. We got a lack of human contact as well, and this lack of human contact lead to a kind of a lack of empathy as well and of understanding between each other. It really failed to create a partnership as we wanted it to be. Last but not least, we thought, because we started the digitalization some years ago, that we already knew all the requirements that we wanted, that we were sure of what we wanted. But you need to think about the fact that we decided to use different tools and that the technology evolves. And so the requirements that we made in 2019 were outdated. And so we really needed to spend more time and to focus on what we wanted right now. And so the 2 weeks analysis by 2 weeks analysis was not enough, definitely.
Yeah. So you mean that technology is nothing without human beings. So that's why we decided to change our methodology for analysis, to send our consultants in Cefora's office, and that way they can see how user works, what are the exact flows, and what are the requirements to imagine the best solution possible. And on top of that, we decided to put the analysis track out of the sprint, because, as Xavier said, it takes some time to do some analysis. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's longer. So it was more efficient to put the analysis in a constant track, and once a solution is estimated and the specifications are validated, we can use the agile methodology to develop by sprints with a 2 weeks development, 2 weeks testing and validation, and that way we can go live each 2 weeks with new features. Another topic, another challenge we got is the adopt versus adapt methodology. Initially, the planning was a bit ambitious and a bit too short. So we decided to go to a full adopt strategy. So it means that we have to adopt the standard process into the TMS, into the Odoo platform. So it's that way you have less development. It means less maintenance and an easier upgrade at the end. So it's the best way to go live quickly. But it led to some frustrations and even demotivations in teams in Cefora. And on top of that, it was not possible to have any trade-off regarding Cefora's image because, yeah, it's difficult to get a real communication without real adaptations for Cefora.
Yeah, definitely you point the issue. We really needed to find the right balance between the adopt and the adapt, and we needed to explain that to the people working on the project. On the one hand, we needed Cefora to understand all the benefits and advantages to get an adopt strategy. But on the other side, it was very important for us that Odoo understands what are the needs, what are the obligations of Cefora in terms of accounting and stuff like that. And so we couldn't trade off on that. And so, based on that idea, we started to understand that it was really necessary to not just think about the adopt or the adapt, but really to focus on what was necessary, or we can make it work together, start to prioritize, say, okay guys, we cannot have everything at once, we will need to phase the project. And that's what we did. The second part of it, of course, changing away the way of working, we decided as well to extend the planning. The planning was short, yeah, we can say that. And so by this extension of planning, we have been able to relieve a little bit the teams. We have been able to go deeper into the details of what we wanted. We have been able to go deeper and to know better the modules that the team will use. And so thanks to that, we have been able to start to build a relationship between the Odoo's people and Cefora's people, which was very, very important.
Yeah, and our last challenge we faced is a common one in such digitalization project. It's about change management. Yes, indeed, change is always a big challenge in our IT project, and especially in this one, when you've seen the previous architecture of software was complex, and each department got its own software. So there was some reluctance from employees to adopt this new platform, and also we had some difficulties to align teams because architecture was complex, and now they have to align their own processes to the same flow. When you plan a new session with a new trainer, you have a purchase order generated, so you need to align the planification team with the accounting ones. And at the end, it's also related to what we said before, is because of Odoo teams were located far from Brussels in Luxembourg, so it led to some communication issues to push the change, to make some trainings and to push this change to Cefora.
Yeah, and so we take two main points of action. The first one was to choose an ambassador, to choose ambassadors with a S in Cefora. Not only ambassadors of the project, but ambassadors of the change. And for that, Odoo and Cefora spent time together to make the product demonstration, to make Q&A session, and in order not only to train these ambassadors, but in order for these ambassadors to be able to train the people in Cefora as well. The second point of action that we took is increasing the presence of Odoo in our office. Today, every week, we have at least one person of Odoo coming, and so it enables Odoo to better understand the day-to-day issues, it better understand the situation of Cefora, and to really be able to communicate in the field with us. And that's really great. But next to that, you always know that you have some reluctant ones that even with a good strategy doesn't want the change. And so for these ones, we really focus on their complex matters, complex topics, and we decided to make specific tasks with them in order to really bring them with us into that change and that program. So I can say as a matter of conclusion that for the change management, it was really important for us to listen to each other between people of Odoo, people of Cefora, in order to create a better connection, but in order to make a better project as well.
Thank you. It's only the beginning of the story, and I take this opportunity to thank all the people involved in this project at Cefora, at Odoo. Thank you very much. With this project, we want to go beyond the implementation of a new IT system for our activities. Our ambition is to build the biggest training ecosystem in Belgium. With this ecosystem, we will provide access to a new learning portal to 60,000 companies in Belgium and 500,000 people in Belgium. And with that, we want to create value and to meet the skills challenges of Belgian companies in Belgium. And it's very important in this fast evolving, fast moving world. So thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. And let's move on to the following of the story. Thank you. Merci.
Maybe we.
There is a question, sir.
So the first question is, why is the LMS not into Odoo?
I can answer maybe. Why is the LMS not in Odoo? An LMS is a very specific tool to manage and to share content with participants. And in an LMS, you have also what we called author tools to develop some training contents. So we decided to work with pure player of an LMS and to manage the communication between the application.
Thank you very much. For a second question, is the TMS available for other Odoo customers?
So the TMS is really a custom application, not part of the standard applications. So yes, there are other customers using the TMS, and the plan we dream up is to get this TMS included in the future standard application. But yeah, and we are available to improve it and to make it bigger.
Sure, we're all excited for that.
And we are looking forward to have the TMS in the standard of Odoo.
Hopefully.
Likewise.
That was my message for today.
Just one more question before we hop off. How Odoo will continue to work and develop Cefora business for the future?
It's a question for you. We have
I said at the end of the talk that it's the beginning of the story. We have a lot of projects today. We have a backlog of functionalities that we have to develop and to implement of Odoo. We also have ID for the future. For example, the all placement activity is not yet implemented in Odoo. So we have a lot of things to do and to implement in Odoo. And we have work to do together for a long time, I think.
Yes, I'm sure that this new version will give you some ideas
I'm sure of it.
to keep collaborating. Yeah.
We're all very excited for that. Thank you very much. We're out of time. So.
Thank you.